Right, lads, let's get started. I think that's going to be a bit of a catchphrase. Valkyrie, flight of, you googly it if you don't know it. But you do know it. It goes do 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 do. Now the bits I've highlighted in pink, that is the flat symbol. If you don't know that, don't worry about it. It's sitting on the line for the note B, and there is no B's in this tune. But I'll just demonstrate here what B flat is. B flat is, you see this three black notes. The right hand note of the set of three is your B flat, but it's not in this tune, so it's there as a key signature, which we'll get onto in more advanced lessons. So here we have the notes. The first note is D. Then we have an A and then D, up here an F and a D. Now I do have other videos where I go into more detail about how all this fits together, the dots and the squiggles and the keyboard. So that is your notes there for the Valkyrie. Now I have highlighted these green and I'm going to show you, these are the same, although they're on different places on the music. It is literally the same note, D4 it's known as. And these pink ones are A's. A darker pink is A further, that's an A4. The lighter pink is A5. I wouldn't actually worry much about this. I just wanted to colour code the notes, colour code the keyboard and show you where they all are, as it's a good sort of reference rather than sitting looking at some black and white squiggles. So there is only 5 notes in the whole, well, the first 6 bars. We're looking at the first 6 bars here of my arrangement of Flight of the Valkyrie by Wagner. So there is a D4. So time signature. The top number is the number of beats that you have per bar, and the bottom number is what the beats represent. So I'll go through the maths. Maths is brilliant. It's logical, it just makes the world make sense. It's the language of the universe, maths. Pop, pop, pop. Maths. So you put the data in and you crank the handle and it all adds up. It's logical, it's correct, and sense comes out, music comes out, or you know, logic comes out. That's how maths works. It's great. I hate imprecise things when musicians go, play it more rounded. More rounded? No, I'm a scientist. So this is a crotchet, also known in America as a quarter note, known in Britain as a crotchet. So I'm going up and down here just to show you that, see, the stem goes up or down. Technically doesn't make any difference. It's sometimes used just to highlight different groups of notes by giving them all stems going up or stems going down, but it's all one. So the bottom number in the time signature is 4. That represents the quarter note. So notice this bit of music is 4/4 time, but actual Valkyrie is in 3/4 time. Top number is how many beats a bar. So 3/4 is 3 beats a bar, 4/4 is 4 beats a bar. they're both the same kind of beat. A beat is as long as a quarter note. That's what the 4 tells us. If it was as long as a minim, a half note, it would be a 2. If it was as long as a quaver, an 8th note, it would be an 8. So it's all, it's very logical. It's not, people think music, you know, being an art, it's interpretive, and you know, you play it more flowingly and with more feeling and rounded, but I like the logic. I like the black and white of actual music notation and scales and chords and how everything adds up and makes sense. So a crotchet isn't an international unit of measurement or anything. It's relative to the other notes around it, was what I was saying there. So if you put a dot onto a note, it makes the note a half longer again. So that crotchet, if we put a dot on it, if a crotchet is 1 beat, you put a dot on, it becomes 1.5 beats. So in this equation, well, in both these equations, in the 4/4 and the 3/4, the quarter note represents 1. I know quarter equals 1, but bear with me. And I've got, my glasses only have one leg. They're less reflective than the ones I have with 2 legs. So maths. I like it. I like maths. Do 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 do. I like maths. Do 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 do. Smiley. Okay. We'll go through the first 6 bars of the Valkyrie. So, that was the computer playing it. This is I. I'm just learning how to like edit videos and stuff. They will get better, as I keep saying. So it's all very well the computer playing it and me playing it, but how are me and the computer counting the rhythm? How do we know when to play the notes, how long to hold them for, and when to be quiet? How do we know what the space is between the notes? So I shall explain. When to be quiet. You probably hear odd background noises from my family. So let's visualize. How does this mathematical wizardry work? So we have 6 bars, and I've divided them into 2, the top for the right hand, bottom for the left hand. So there is your 6 bars for your right hand up there, and 6 for your left hand on the bottom. And there we go. Doing, 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 doing. And the shortest note we play in the Valkyrie is a quaver, an 8th note. So we divide our bars into quavers. Now a quaver is half a crotchet. So if we have 3 crotchets a bar, we have now divided these bars into 6 quavers a bar. Because 6 halves equal 3. If you get that, you understand what I'm doing. So the first note in our left hand is held for 3 segments. Excuse my colouring in being a bit. But yeah, it's 3 green segments, a pink segment, 2 blue segments. These represent the notes. Do do do. And we'll have a metronome going soon to let us hear how we count out these half beats. Yeah, the shortest length we worry about is a half a beat. So when you divide by a half, it's the same as multiplying by 2. Yeah, the white is silence. Yep. 3 segments, 1.5 beats. 1 segment is half a beat, which means 2 segments is a whole beat. And you're probably sitting there going, I'm not effing 5. 4 halves make 2. So that would be 2 crotchets. That note is called a minim. Now don't panic if you're sitting there going, oh my god, what on earth? It will be repeated, or it will sink in. It will. It's kind of like an alphabet, but 7 letters. And lengths of letters. Different sizes. Oh, and the very last, I see I've got 6 segments, that would be 3 whole beats, which is a dotted minim. A minim is 2 beats. A dot adds on half. Half of 2 is 1. So the 2 you had plus the 1 is 3. 3 beats, 6 half beats. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is us counting out 6 half beats a bar. in my droning monotone voice. Now look at this clown with the bongo. 6 beats. Now here the metronome is still doing 6 beats, but the bongo is fitting in 3. Do 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 do. There is a method to the madness. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You'll see each note is held for the same amount of clicks. So 3 halves, a half, 2 halves, 4 halves, and 6 halves. That is the different lengths of notes we deal with in this tune. And they have colour coded it just to make it even more obvious. Now, these aren't the same note, they're the same length. The green is a D and an F are both dotted crotchets. And that A is a dotted crotchet. A dotted critchet. Tick, 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 tick. And the pink arrows are pointing to the quavers. They only last 1 tick, just half a beat in this tune. So the yellow is minims. A minim is called a half note. Twice as long as a crotchet. Because a half's twice as much as a quarter. And then your middle C, C4, the last note there was a dotted. Wow. Bad editing. That is a dotted minim, and it is worth 3 crotchets. 3 beats or 6 half beats. And all the black blobs hanging down, they are full bar rests. Yep, the dot adds half a value on again. So that's why it's worth 3, because without the dot it's worth 2. Next slide, please. Crotchets. They're in blue now. See, I should have wrote down my colours and kept the same colour scheme for the whole lesson, but there you go. We shall improve. We shall improve together. Bump, 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 bump. Here we go again. Still doing 6 beats. Oh, good lord. What are you saying? So now we're going 3 beats. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. She's banging on the bongos like a chimpanzee. Do 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 boom. I was trying to type in the beat here, but it didn't quite work out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, let's go in real life. To your instrument, you go. Go play. So I hope you enjoyed that first lesson of Flight of the Valkyrie. I will go over it again and probably again, because lots of things will come up that people won't understand probably. Remember, keep your feet on the floor, invisible tennis balls, straight back, shoulders back, chin up and all that. Don't let your position go. Well, you can if you want, I'm not going to judge you, but for best results, do it properly. Read the music, understand, sit properly and follow along. So I hope it made some sense to you, and I'll be back soon with more and more and more. Bye. Right, lads, if you're enjoying this as much as me and you want to learn to play piano good just like me, then hit subscribe, hit like, check out Facebook, check out Patreon. Thanks a lot, lads.